notice has also been posted on the bulletin board of the administration building. Will the clerk kindly take the roll?
Mayor Giordano.
Here.
Mr. Brennan.
Here.
Ms. Saracola Drake. Here. Mr. Martinello.
Here.
Mr. Ramundo. He's on mute.
Here.
Mrs. Weber. Here.
Everyone kindly stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us have a moment of silence for all our Waldeck veterans and all veterans across our country who have given the ultimate sacrifice so that we could assemble the way we are today and live in a free country. Would the clerk please do the prayer?
We thank you for everyone gathered here now. Thank you that you know each of us by name and have caused us to walk with you. We say that we are dependent on you and our trust is in you completely. As we surrender ourselves in adoration, we ask that you would come by your Holy Spirit and inspire our hearts today. Come fill our lives with your love, fill our conversations with your grace and truth, fill this meeting with your presence. We ask this for your glory and praise. Amen.
Amen. Tonight we are here to honor two members of our Waldeck DPW who have been giving of more than 30 years of service to our borough. We usually start with the one that's the longest, but we'll change it around and give it to the man who is here the shortest, by 1 year or two. Today we are honoring and giving a certificate of recognition to Michael Latore. I would like to read the certificate, and also it will be given a gift certificate so you can take your lovely wife out to dinner. You might have to put some money in, but you can still take her out to dinner. This certificate is awarded with profound gratitude and admiration for your 31 years of employment in the Waldeck Department of Public Works. In March of 1994, Mike began his career in Waldeck as a recycler, picking up yard waste. He realized working for the borough could turn into a career that he would enjoy, rather than just a job. In July of 1995, Mike was promoted to the position of repairman. Once a repairman, Mike decided to be the best he could be, and within several years of continuing education, Mike earned his licenses for water treatment, wastewater, and water distribution. All that hard work paid off, and in 2008, Mike was promoted to the position of Public Works Supervisor. Mike did not stop there. He continued his education, achieving a CPWM certification, which led to the promotion in 2007 to Superintendent of the Public Works and Wastewater Collection, in which I was honored that I was there for that. And then in addition, Mike has been the borough's wastewater treatment and distribution licensee since 2022. Mike has lived in the borough of Waldeck for over 50 years. He is happily married to his wife, Cheryl. He told me to say that. They raised 3 daughters in Waldeck, Madison, Skylar, and Reese, who are still here in Waldeck. Most of them have their homes here in Waldeck, which is a testament to Mike and his wife. Mike has demonstrated in countless ways his love, service, and unselfish dedication to the well-being of our community and residents. You have earned the respect and affection of people from all walks of life and of all ages here in Waldeck. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Thomas A. Giordano, Mayor of the Borough of Waldeck, on behalf of the entire Borough Council and the community, do hereby deem it an honor and pleasure to congratulate you and thank you for your tireless efforts and unselfish dedication to the Waldeck Department of Public Works. Thank you for the past 31 years. The next is Mike's sidekick, Marcus. This certificate is awarded with profound gratitude and admiration for 30-plus years of employment in the Waldeck Department of Public Works. In 1993, Marcus began his career in the Waldeck Department of Public Works cutting grass. In 1995, Marcus was hired as a full-time worker in the recycling department, and in 1997, Marcus was promoted to the Department of Public Works road repairman. During his career, Marcus also continued his education, earning him continued education and certifications. In 2018, Marcus became Waldeck Department of Public Works road supervisor, a job that Marcus is very proud of and excels in it very much. Marcus grew up in the borough of Waldeck. He has two sons, Logan and Jake. Logan has decided to go into public service working for Ho-Ho-Kus, following in his dad's footsteps. And Jake will be, and his other son Jake will be graduating from Waldeck High School in 2027. Marcus has demonstrated in countless ways his love, service, and unselfish dedication, like Mike has, to the well-being of our community and residents. You have earned the respect and affection of all people, of all walks of life, and of all ages here in Waldeck. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, the Mayor of Borough of Waldeck, on behalf of our entire council and community, do hereby deem it an honor and a pleasure to congratulate you and thank you for your tireless efforts and unselfish dedication to Waldeck's Department of Public Works, to our borough, and I thank you for many years, and hopefully you stay with us for a very long time. So how's it feel to be honored? Honored? Well, you do a great job, and we want to thank you. And, you know, on a personal note, whenever I get into one of my moods, I call you, and I'll take care of it for you. So I guess when you hang up the phone, you say other things, but thank you very much for humoring me when I do call you. You want to take a picture? Sure. Okay, we'll take a minute break, and we can congratulate our two honorees tonight. My report, just a couple of items. First of all, the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. There's been a proclamation signed by myself. Kelly will put it outside in the lobby of the vestibule so everyone can see it. Also, last Saturday, I attended our mayor's monthly meeting. There was about 7 mayors out of 13. We discussed the new procedures for voting. We discussed the budgets of each town. We discussed our police departments and fire departments. Everybody's got the same issues, which is really none, but we all have a lot of things in common, and it's good to meet the way we meet so that we could be able to help each other out if there's any issues. Other than that, other council people will be talking. Financial administrative, anyone have anything for Mr. Ritchie, Councilman Ritchie? No? Okay. Fire and Police Protection Committee, Mr. Brennick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. During the month of May, we had several different types of calls. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Just multiple fire alarms, carbon monoxide, vehicle accidents, et cetera, utility accidents, all of which were handled very nicely without a need for mutual aid into town. As is the tradition in the fire department in May, that is the month of the year when the members get together and they go and they put flags on the graves of the members who have gone before. I'm happy to see that that's a tradition that's kept up every year, and I hope that it'll stay that way for many, many more years to come. Fire department went to the academy for training. That was a live burn training. They're also going up for a mass fit test later in the month. And there will be a memorial service, that's right, there'll be a memorial service up in the Fire Academy in Mahwah, once again for all members who have gone to their reward in 2024. And we will have members attending that as well. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. Public Safety Committee, Councilwoman Sarah Cola-Drake.
Thank you. For the month of April, Welbeck answered 27 calls, including 1 mutual aid. They, with the help of Allendale, Hohokus, Midland Park, and Bergen County EMS, stood by at the 5K, which is a fantastic event for our town. All of the EMTs attended an updated scope of practice training of Valley, which will allow them to use a glucometer and administer albuterol to our patients. Finally, I'd like to congratulate promoted members. April was promoted to senior EMT and driver, Nicole to an EMT, and Gabe to a senior EMT. Thank you.
You're welcome. Recreation and Health Committee, Councilman Martinello.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few items for update tonight. Last weekend, we had the baseball opening day. It was a great day. Weather was perfect. There were a lot of people down at the park. Thank you to the members of council who were able to come out and support. Thank you to the Walbeck Fire Department and Police Department for accompanying us on the parade route. They did honor somebody who was retiring this year. He was very touched and surprised by the event. Thank you for those who were there for it. Couple other announcements. Walbeck Pool registration is open. Just a reminder, early registration price is through May 22nd, and then our regular season pricing opens on May 23rd. Opening day is Saturday, May 24th. For holidays and weekends, and then daily operation begins on Thursday, June 19th. Reminder that our Walbeck swim team is open for registration right now. Last day to register is Friday, June 20th. And also the Walbeck Junior Football Program is running their annual camp from July 14th through the 17th at the Walbeck High School football field. Those families who are interested in that should reach out to the program for more information. And that's it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Mr. Raimondo, you have anything to report?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, 2 items. Just want to thank Marcus and Mike for their 30 years of dedicated service to the borough and congratulate them for all their hard work they've done over the years. Their dedication is shown through all the education and certifications that they've created and done to make them a better employee, and I want to thank them for that hard work. That's all, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Building and Grounds Committee, Councilwoman Weber.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Pardon me, my throat's a little dry today. The fire suppression system at the Public Safety Building, or the Fire Police Department, was completed, and we were having a little bit of an issue at the ambulance building. If you notice, the ambulances have been parked outside. There was an issue with the door, and that'll be taken care of in the next week or so. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Borough Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to highlight a few things. Tonight we do have a few important resolutions on. One is for the award of our 2025 road paving program, which we're excited to get started. Just to note, the bids for that actually came in under our proposed budget, which is good. So we actually are hoping to add a couple roads or possibly the pool parking lot to that list once after tonight, and we talk to the contractor. We have the award for a new grant writing firm to Bruno Associates, so we could get them going this year and try and secure more grant money. We're closing out a major project, the water main replacement project on Hemlock to Evergreen and Bergen to Sheridan. We also have the authorization to advertise and receive bids for 3 of our larger capital projects, which includes the improvements to Schuler Ave, improvements to Lions Memorial Playground, and the roof and HVAC replacement at the Pistol Range. We also have a resignation of one of our full-time dispatchers, and we are appointing a new per diem dispatcher. So on that note, we are still looking for another full-time dispatcher. If anyone's looking or knows someone, please tell them to reach out to Lieutenant Seifert. Other than that, I'll hold comments for the ordinances. Thank you.
Thank you. Borough Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to go over some things for elections again. There's a link to the primary election sample ballot on our website. We've also included it in the Friday email blast for voters to familiarize themselves with this, as it's a new block style where the candidates are grouped by office, not party. So I encourage everyone to take a look at that either on our website or if you do get the Friday email blast. There's also a video on how to vote on the new voting machines. So watching the video is a good way for any voter who hasn't voted on the new machines to familiarize themselves with that new process. Tuesday, May 20th is the last day to register to vote in the June primary. My office will be open until 7 p.m. There's also a link on our website under the elections page for voting forms if somebody can't get in, but they can get those forms filled out and sent in to the county, or bring them to us and we'll get them to the county. June 3rd is the last day to apply for a mail-in ballot by mail. June 3rd to June 8th is the early voting period, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The two closest locations to us is the Tice Senior Center in Woodcliff Lake and the Wyckoff Public Library Schottmeyer Room in Wyckoff. But there is a complete listing of the available sites on our website, again, under our elections page. Starting at the next meeting, hopefully if the State Division of Taxation gets their act together, we will have resolutions for the ABC renewals for their licenses, for the alcoholic beverage licenses. That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you. A confidential assistant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. To piggyback on what Councilman Martinello was mentioning about the pool, our online registration portal opened on May 1st, and it's been active every day since. So far, our revenue that's been collected on the pool side is just over $28,000 and close to $2,000 on the swim team side. Just a reminder that swim team is open to both Waldwick and Midland Park swimmers, so they would love to see their participation numbers go up. We're happy to be able to take on more swimmers, and so far it's looking good, so please spread the word. Our family memberships are really, actually it's about half of what we've brought in so far are just in the form of the family memberships. And then of course our senior seasonal tags are high up there. So it's going great. I will be available until 7 p.m. next Tuesday the 20th for anyone who needs their membership validated and their cards printed. So that's step 2 after you've done your online registration. Happy to help throughout the week with any questions. We have a special email set up for the Waldwick Pool. Send any of your questions over to waldwickpool@waldwicknj.gov. We'd be happy to help you be prepared for the first day of the season. Thank you.
Thank you. Borough Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I had a pleasant conversation with the attorney that's handling the PFAS litigation on behalf of the borough. The claims administrator has set the numbers, at least for the 3M and DuPont settlements, and we don't know how it's going to break down into actual dollar amounts, but the settlement amount will be 13.47% of what your adjusted base score is. And it's a convoluted formula. I don't want to put any numbers out there because we're waiting to see how that breaks down into actual dollar figures. And then from that dollar figure, there'll be deductions. There's going to be a 10% holdback by the court for future claims, the attorney's fees, and then class counsel fees. The big issue is we're waiting to find out how they're going to pay it out. The belief is 25% of the settlement funds will be paid out by the end of the second quarter this year, which would be by the end of June. 50%, approximately 50% will be paid out by the end of the third quarter of this year, and then the balance gets paid out over like 10 years like the opioid settlements were. So it'll be small payments for a while. That's just the 3M DuPont settlements. They're still working on the second set of settlements with the other new companies, Tyco and whoever the other one was. So we should have, hopefully, by the end of June, at least know what our numbers are for the first ones. Secondly, I've been working with your planner and Steve in regards to the housing element fair share plan to effectuate the COA numbers. I think we're going to have some good news once we go through everything. The way this works is the housing element fair share plan, once it's finalized, will be submitted to the planning board. The planning board will hold a public hearing on that housing element and fair share plan on June 4th. And then once they have their public hearing, it'll come back to the mayor and council for formal adoption at the June 17th meeting. We have to have this adopted under the state guidelines by June 30th, so that's sort of the timeline that we're dealing with. But other than that, that's it, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Are we going into close or anything?
We have one item for closed session, but there won't be any decision made after closed.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Consent resolutions and resolutions of the governing body.
Be it resolved that the following resolutions herewith listed by consent, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Waldeck, are hereby passed and approved. 2025-146, approval of consent. 2025-147, approval of minutes, regular meeting and closed session meeting of April 29th. Policy votes. A, appointment of Aiden Tenza as junior member of the Waldeck Volunteer Fire Department. B, the Italian-American Social Club of Waldeck requests to use the pool parking lot on Saturday, May 17th from 9 to 6 for parking for a club outing. C, the village school requests to use the Oval on June 11th from 12 to 1 for their 8th grade graduates to gather for yearbook signing. D, Melissa Agugliero requests to hold a block party on May 25th from 5 to 9 with Highwood Ave to be closed between Cortland and Summit with alcoholic beverages being served. E, Erica Egan requests to hold a block party June 28th from 12 to 9 with Longview Drive to be closed between Pineview Drive and Lindbergh Parkway with alcoholic beverages being served. F, Nancy Estelle requests to use Pavilion A on June 1st from 10 to dusk for a birthday party with alcoholic beverages being served. G, Ashley Holly requests to use Pavilion A on June 15th from 10 to 3 for a birthday party with alcoholic beverages being served. H, Angela Skrivanich requests to use Pavilion B on June 21st from 9 to dusk for a soccer end-of-season party with alcoholic beverages being served. I, Stephen DiPaolo requests to use Pavilion A on July 5th from 12 to 7 for a birthday party with alcoholic beverages being served. J, Michael Albanese requests to use Pavilion A on September 20th from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. for a birthday party with alcoholic beverages being served. K, Teresa Impemba requests to use Pavilion B on September 28th from 1 to 6 for a family reunion with alcoholic beverages being served. 2025-148, award of a fair and open contract to PM Construction Corp. for the 2025 road rehabilitation project in the amount of $395,501.87. 2025-149, award a non-fair and open professional service contract to Community Grants Planning and Housing for housing rehabilitation, administrative services, and case management services in an amount not to exceed $55,800. 2025-150, award a contract to Bruno Associates, Inc. for grant writing purposes in the amount of $30,000 for a one-year contract. 2025-151, change order number 1 final and final payment to AJM Contractors for Evergreen Street to Hemlock Street and Bergen Ave to Sheridan Avenue water main improvements in the amount of $7,713.60. 2025-152, authorizing execution of homeowner program agreement for the Waldeck Home Improvement Program with Soon Jin Lee for the property located at 109 Lincoln Place. 2025-153, authorize annual appointment of municipal representatives to the Bergen County Community Development Regional Committees for fiscal year 2025-2026, covering period July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. 2025-154, authorize advertisement and receipt of bids for the improvements to Lions Memorial Playground. 2025-155, authorize advertisement and receipt of bids for improvements to Schuler Avenue. 2025-156, authorize advertisement and receipt of bids for police firing range roofing and HVAC replacement. 2025-157, accept the resignation of Brian Scatini as full-time telecommunications officer effective May 31st, 2025. 2025-158, appointment of per diem public safety telecommunications officer Emily Jordan Fontana. 2025-159, appointment to the Board of Health. 2025-160, appointment of 2025 pool lifeguards. 2025-161, authorized refund permit fee. 2025-162, cancellation of taxes, block 162.11, lot 18, and 2025-163, payment of vouchers.
Do we have a motion and a second to accept? Motion by Mr. Brannick, second by Mr. Martinello. Anyone have a question? I just got a couple. 2025-150, Bruno Associates. Do we know of them? I mean, how did we get them? Is that the people you knew?
No, so I worked with a firm previously, but I did meet with the staff at Bruno Associates. It's very similar, just a different model
Okay.
of pricing, so I feel comfortable going
Good.
forward with them.
And then 2025-159, a member of the Board of Health gave his resignation, and what we did was we went into our file of people that put their names in to be on boards, and there is a woman who works at the Bristol, who is a nurse. She'll be taking over his place, and she'll be part of the Board of Health. Anyone else?
Item K, September 28th is my birthday, so I'd like an invite.
That's your party? Oh, you should have told me, I would put your proclamation.
Alcoholic beverages being served.
And also, on B, the Italian Club, I think they canceled that trip, so we should just call them and ask them. I got an email.
Just recently?
This morning.
Oh, okay.
But we'll
we're
check.
gonna
We'll check
approve it,
that. We'll approve it and then we'll just check.
If she cancels it, she
Right.
cancels it.
Anyone else?
Also, serious note, item letter A. 8 and 10's another one of the boys that I coached when they were young kids, so that's 3 now that I provided to the fire department, Mr. Brannick, so I'll take credit for all this. Thank you.
Your proclamation is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Would the clerk kindly take the roll?
Mr. Brannick?
Yes.
Ms. Sarah Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Okay, we have 2 public hearings. Would the clerk kindly read ordinance number 2025-10?
Ordinance number 2025-10, an ordinance by the mayor and council of the Borough of Waldwick amending the Borough of Waldwick Code of Ordinances to repeal and replace Chapter 52 entitled Flood Damage Prevention, to adopt flood hazard maps, to designate a floodplain administrator, and for providing for severability and an effective date.
Anyone from the council would like to comment on this ordinance that was just read?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is updating your flood control and flood damage prevention ordinance that's on the books due to recent amendments with the DEP and FEMA.
Anyone else? I close the council's comments and open up to the public. Anybody from the public would like to comment on this ordinance that was just read? You could just give us your name for the record. Oh, let me just turn that around for you. Thank you.
It's not on wheels. Oh,
It is the wrong way.
sort of
We
on
have it on the wrong way
wheels.
to wheels.
I regret refusing your assistance. Catherine Hartman. Quick question, will that change insurance for any homeowners? Changing to, I mean, does it actually change like the flood areas, or does it just call it a new thing?
No, that's all determined by FEMA. FEMA already did all that. This
Oh.
is implementing their new regulations.
So, okay, so people would already know and everything, it's not,
Absolutely.
awesome, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Anyone else from the council? If not, I close the council's comments. I'm sorry, the public's comments, and ask for a motion and a second to pass this ordinance on second reading and that the clerk be authorized to advertise in local legal newspapers required by law. Do I have a motion and a second? Motion by Michelle, second by Joe. Clerk, take the roll.
Mr. Brannick? Yes. Ms. Sarah Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Will the clerk kindly read ordinance number 2025-11?
Ordinance number 2025-11, amending Chapter 97 entitled Lighting and Sound Systems of the Code of the Borough of Waldwick to regulate lighting-related residential districts.
Anyone from the council would like to comment? This is an ordinance that was passed from a couple of residents that had some complaints about lighting that are shining into their homes. What we did was we tweaked our ordinance, we made it a little bit more readable, and also there's restrictions on what a neighbor has to do to make sure that they're not interfering in the lighting of their neighbors. It will also be grandfathered in for anybody that has a problem already. Anyone else? If not, I close the council's comments and open up to the public. Anybody from the public would like to comment?
It's just on the lighting.
On the lighting of this ordinance, yes.
The lighting or what?
The ordinance that we're trying to pass tonight.
Okay, on the lighting, the other day, I have insomnia, and I was up at 1:30 in the morning, and I noticed that the lights were on over the track.
That has nothing to do with this.
Oh, it doesn't?
It has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
You can bring that up on the new business if you like. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I close the public's comments and ask for a motion to second to pass this ordinance on second reading and that the clerk be authorized to advertise in the local legal newspapers as required by law. Motion by Katie Saracola-Drake and Michelle. Clerk, take the roll.
Mr. Brennick?
Yes.
Ms. Saracola-Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Okay, we have 4 introduction of ordinances. The first one, would the clerk kindly read ordinance number 2025-12?
Ordinance number 2025-12, an ordinance amending Chapter 89 Towing and Storage Regulations, Section 89-2, Number 12, application for placement on emergency duty list to increase the payment of licensing fee to $500.
A motion and a second is in order to move and pass this ordinance on first reading and that it be advertised in local legal newspapers as required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. May I have a motion and a second? Motion by Mr. Brennick, second by Mr. Martinello. On the question, what this is that we are raising the fees that we have already to $500. So all we're doing is just increasing it. Anyone else? Clerk, take the roll.
Mr. Brennick?
Yes.
Ms. Saracola-Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Clerk, kindly read ordinance number 2025-13.
Ordinance number 2025-13, an ordinance to amend Chapter 20, Police Department, Section 4, Appointment of Officers, to create the position of Special Law Enforcement Officers and setting forth the qualifications, powers, and duties of the same.
A motion and a second is in order to move and pass this ordinance on first reading and that it be advertised in local legal newspapers required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. Do I have a motion and a second? Motion, Mr. Brennick, Mr. Martinello. What this was is in the beginning of the year, we had a committee set up, it was called the Safety Committee. It was set up by the members of the Board of Ed. 3 people from the Board of Ed were on the committee and 3 people from the council were on the committee. At which time we discussed about having some police officers, retired police officers in the schools. What happened is we brought in our Lieutenant Seaford, who was part of the meetings, and this is all set up so that we could have some safety in the schools, not that we're just preparing ourselves. You never know what's going to happen, and these officers also could maybe help us out with the traffic situations that we do have in the area. Can't guarantee that, but they will be there in the schools. And they're going to probably be retired police officers that maybe were from the borough of Waldwick. Anyone else? Clerk, take the roll.
Mr. Brennick? Yes. Ms. Saracola-Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Okay. Clerk, read ordinance number 2025-14.
Ordinance number 2025-14, an ordinance to authorize the vacation of an easement located on Block 18.04, Lot 2, by the Borough of Waldwick, and extinguishing any rights that the Borough of Waldwick may have in said easement.
A motion and a second is in order to move this ordinance on first reading and it be advertised in local legal newspapers as required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. Our attorney will discuss this because he talked about this last time.
Yes, this is what, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is what I spoke about at the last meeting. This is an easement that was created a long time ago in the rear of property in Richard Drive. The residents looking to sell their house. This came up on the title search and on the survey. We confirmed with the engineer, we confirmed with Marcus, we confirmed with Michael that there's nothing there, that the borough never installed anything there. So the recommendation was just to release this and vacate this easement. So that's what this ordinance does. Thank you.
Anyone else? Clerk, take the roll.
I need a motion.
I'm sorry, a motion by Andy, a second by Michelle. Please take the roll.
Mr. Brennick?
Yes.
Ms. Saracola-Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Would the clerk kindly read ordinance number 2025-15?
Ordinance number 2025-15, and ordinance amending ordinance number 2024, number 5, fixing the compensation, salaries, and wages of the officials and employees of the Borough of Waldwick.
A motion and second is in order to pass this ordinance on first reading and that it be advertised in local legal newspapers as required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. Do I have a motion and a second? Motion by somebody, please.
Motion.
Motion by Andy, second by Michelle. On the question, You want to?
Sure, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This really just sets the salaries and the ranges for every position within the borough that is not associated with a bargaining agreement.
Anyone else? Clerk, take the roll.
Mr. Brennick?
Yes.
Ms. Circolo-Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Marnello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody on the council have any unfinished business? New business, I just have one thing. I need your permission, which I know you're not going to say no, to have the American Legion and the Walter Nightingale's American Legion and the Veterans of Foreign War Roy Freitag Memorial Post has asked us if they could host once again the Memorial Day Parade and Memorial Service. We have no problem with that. They will be told to do whatever they have to do. We will make sure that they meet with the police. Everybody will know what's going on so that they could have their parade kick off and do a good job like they always do.
Thank them for doing that.
Yes, absolutely. Any other new business from the council?
Just actually two items, Mr. Mayor. I don't know, Steve, if you have anything to add. There's a lot of chatter, obviously, on Facebook and social media about the two businesses in town, about their
Oh, I can
status.
answer that.
I
I spoke with the people today.
Yep, go ahead.
The Giant Market, first of all, is, Giant Market, as I was told, they want to keep the market the way it is. They don't want to do any alteration inside the building. So I says, there's a lot of stories, a lot of, stuff going around by people, and I told them what some of the ideas were, and 3 times I was told they want to keep everything the way it is, they want to do no alterations. In regards to the Rite Aid, the Rite Aid gentleman I called, unfortunately, they didn't get back to me on what that one is about. But supposedly what I understand through the mayor's meeting, that they got some extra money to keep some of their stores open. We don't know which ones they are, but we're still working on that. I've been in contact with their realtor, and I've also been in contact with their corporate office. I did suggest to Giant Market about reaching out because I got some connections with putting like an Aldi's here. As they said to me, they want to keep everything the way it is. So their way of saying it's staying the way it is.
Right.
But we don't know.
They should take the temperature of the town, like maybe do it a little nicer.
As they said,
Clean
that
it
they
up.
it's their business.
Yeah.
It's not ours. But they want to keep it the way it is.
And I think
So
that's actually
it's-
a great point, Mr.
Yeah.
Mayor, because a lot of the people on Facebook and everything, they forget that it's a private business there.
I mean, we can
The town
only
just can't
suggest.
tell them what to do.
We can only suggest, I did say, I did tell them who I was, I just said, we're concerned, concerned community, and we'd like to see something there that the residents could all enjoy. So, I did say, please, if you would, let me know what goes on, if they do or not, but I did reach out to the realtor too.
Mr. Mayor, wouldn't an Aldi fit there, though?
I don't know.
Oh,
I know Trader Joe won't.
Oh, really?
Aldi's will.
Aldi will probably fit there. But I don't, I just threw that out there right away because I shop in Aldi's. I like their potato chips and I like their cereal. So, I figured that'd be something, because I know residents you're looking at it that, that's a good store to go and get eggs,
Yeah.
milk and all that stuff. So, but, unfortunately, I was told the same thing 4 times. But we'll keep an eye on everything with them.
Yeah.
Anything else? Good. Anyone else? If not, public comment. Anybody from the public would like to comment, please come to the podium with just your name.
Elise Didimo. Wasn't maybe I'm confused, but wasn't the farmer's market sold to a new owner?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure who you were speaking to when you were saying that, they were saying they don't want to make any changes.
Farmers Market, I know they closed the other one down in, as I was told.
In Oakland.
In Oakland. And I was told also that they don't want to change the footprints of the building, and they don't want to change the inside of the building. So that to me
Gotcha.
looks like it's going to be another store.
Yeah,
The business owner and the landlord and the owner of the property are two different people.
okay, I see.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's been arguing about changing that footprint for years, so.
Anyone else? I don't understand what it was just said, but that's all right. I'm confused.
Cassie Hartman.
very exciting about the PFAS money coming in. I know that that's like a big win for a lot of communities. Is there a plan, a blueprint yet about what that money is going to be used for?
Mr. Mayor. So we don't have a solid plan just because we don't know what we're looking at, solid amount, but, my recommendation, and we have discussed this before, is to kind of earmark it for the media, the filter media changeouts, which we know is a significant expense. Again, we don't know exactly what that entails. There's a couple different models out there, which would affect the cost, whether it's, a full swap out, or you can actually send it out, rinse it, they hold it for a year, it comes back, replaces it. So it all kind of matters, but I think that would probably be the best use for it, is kind of reserve it for, for water-related activities.
Okay, and is it earmarked in the settlement that it has to be used just related to the PFAS, or can the borough choose to allocate it?
I don't think there are those restrictions on
Okay.
it, actually.
Yeah, I don't believe this has any restrictions on it.
Okay. That's exciting, though, maybe even more water repairs, considering the other expenditures with the engineer and whatnot. And then, will the safety officer for the schools be carrying a firearm?
Yeah, the way it's proposed right now, that is the plan, that they would be armed.
Okay, and would that only be when they're in the school or on the campus, or would that also be when managing traffic and such?
What happened, well, we don't know exactly about the managing of the traffic.
Okay.
But what we were being told, and if I say something wrong, let me know, they have to come here first. They have to come here first and pick up everything, their equipment.
I see.
So they don't drive with the gun in the car,
Okay.
and they come here, everything's locked up here, they pick it
Okay.
up, they go to their site that they have to be at.
Okay,
And by
okay.
here, we mean the police department.
In the, yeah.
Sure,
by the
sure,
police
sure.
department.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't have any other questions. Awesome, okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Joan Fridelson, and I'm representing the Friends of the Library. We made, we put together small freestanding libraries that we would like to put up in the town, and we need a vote from you to approve this. So it has to go before the mayor and council.
What's that for? Sorry.
Little
library?
They're little libraries.
Yeah.
They're very cute. We worked on them. They're in shape of a birdhouse. And then,
It was approved. It was approved already.
Yeah,
But
They've been
he'll
approved?
explain to you what's going on.
they were approved.
We approved that already.
oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, just to follow up, so actually I met with the DPW super yesterday, and we actually went out and marked some locations.
Okay.
So we took pictures of them too, so you will all be seeing that in my memo this week, just to finalize the exact locations where they are.
Okay.
But basically, it's, Veterans Park, Borough Park, the pool, so we just want to zero in like exactly where the posting
Are you
would go.
doing Bell Park too?
And to Bell Park, yes.
Oh, okay. We thought you had to vote on this at a meeting, so we didn't know this.
Lori should have known that.
So you'll
Lori
tell
know
Mike he can do it?
Yeah, the installation was approved, but now we just want to zero in on the exact location, make sure everyone's comfortable and,
Oh,
that it
okay.
makes sense where we want to
So
put
you
it.
don't have to vote on it again?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, what he'll
Thank
do is
you.
he'll send the locations to Lori Quinn, and then she'll get back to Steve and say, fine, that's, well. and then
Okay,
we
thank you
start.
thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
First, I want to congratulate Joe for getting 3 junior members of the fire department. He was my son's baseball coach, and he's a great coach and great leader, so thanks, Joe. My question was just about the safety officers. Is that 3 at the middle school, high school, or is it going to be elementary schools as well?
Yeah.
So it's actually 2 to start this school year in September. That's the proposal. And basically running it as a pilot program. So it'll be 2 officers committed to all the schools. And then we'll reevaluate, there's kind of an evaluation committee with the police department to see the need for any additional in the future.
Okay, so they might be switched around between the elementary schools and the high schools,
Correct.
just to see.
Don't want to
what-
go into too much detail on how they will shuffle throughout, but
Sure,
yes.
sure, but there's a plan to maybe rotate them if that's the case. So-
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah, everything's
you.
being designed by the police department.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Anyone else? If not, do I have a motion to go into close? Motion by Joe, second by Michelle. All in favor?
All right.